voice.
Ricky, why?
Hi, Joe. How are you, Joe?
So, my official answer to this question is I'm still good. Still good. We don't know what comes next, but I'm still doing okay. How are you?
All right. Looks like we have the same background, right there.
Ricky, where are you?
I just came in and I have to run.
What country are you in right now?
We're right here in Toronto, Canada.
Oh, really? Oh, you're back in Toronto, are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ricky went for vacation, Florida.
Yeah.
Not only Florida. I was at
Philippines,
the election of US.
In the Philippines.
Hi.
Much better.
Hi, Maria, how are you?
Good.
Ricky, I have a question. Even in Zoom, you wear the mask?
I just came in and I haven't removed anything, even with a jacket, And then
That's the same question I asked Tasdulati.
Oh, Mr. Saras is here. Hello, Mr. Saras. How are you doing?
Okay, Mohammed, and you?
Fine, thank you so much.
He's still in town.
Hello, are you okay?
Yep.
Just I want to tell you all that tonight's meeting also to be broadcasted in Greece and in other parts of the world through a system, Greek system. They ask me permission, and being a little bit tyrant myself, I make the decision. I said, go ahead and do it. So just it's going to be international tonight's meeting.
That is great.
If anybody of you thinks that we should not do it, please say now.
That's fine. Okay, there's a couple things though that we have to discuss as a group that might need to be offline, if that's okay.
Yeah. Okay, we are now 34 in the meeting. I think the 6 is 2 minutes past 6. Let us start our monthly meeting of February 2021. Okay, hello everyone again. I hope you are all doing well. Thank you so much for being with us with this meeting. Tonight, we have a guest, as you know, with the email from Mr. Saras for announcing this event. We have a guest to talk about the Facebook training program, and it is very crucial for us, I hope, and you will pay attention and participate in the seminar chat. And before that, let's start with our usual agenda. That means for the minutes of the last meeting, I am sure you all received from the office of Mr. Saras the minutes of the last meeting. At this time, I will ask you, please, could you mute your mic, because there is some noise, it bothers us. Okay, thank you so much. And for the approval of the minutes of the last meeting, if anyone has something to add, to change, or delete, please raise your hand.
Everybody else?
Okay, no one. And can I have a motion for approval of the last meeting? Okay, Ricky, and seconded by? Okay, Roberto, okay, thank you. And all in favor, please raise your hand for approval of the minutes of the last meeting. Okay, anyone against? No. Zulima, you have something to say about the minutes of the last meeting? Please unmute yourself. Yes.
I'm sorry. I made a mistake. No, I'm.
Okay. Thank you so much, because I saw your hand raised.
You say before raise the hand, and that's what I did.
Okay. Thank you so much. Okay. Anyone against? No. Any absentees? Neither. Okay. The minutes of the last meeting is approved by all members present at this meeting. Thank you so much. And Maria, our guest is here, or?
Yes, Shelby is here.
Okay, thank you so much. Tonight we have Ms. Shelby Blackley, audience strategist in IndieGraph. She will talk about something very important for us at this special time. That means generating income from Facebook. This is very, very interesting, I think, for all of us. And I want to ask her, please, go ahead, floor is yours. Digital floors up, of course. Go ahead, please.
Great, thank you so much. Hello, everyone. My name is Shelby. I'm one of the audience strategists that works at IndieGraph under Aaron Miller. And we're really excited about this project. We're really excited about this partnership. So our goal is to help as many of you and your publications to generate as much revenue and learn how to create sustainable revenue long-term, both through Facebook, but also by really building a community with the audiences that you currently have. I'm just going to take you through the description of the project, and I know applications had been open for a couple weeks. If anyone has any further questions after, feel free to put up your hand or send it in the chat, and I can do my best to answer. And if I don't know, then I'll take it back to my team and send a message to so we can get whatever answered for you. But yeah, so the program will be a 3-month 3 weekly 90-minute seminars. Our hope from those sessions is being able to teach everyone the fundamentals about how to generate a revenue campaign. So how do you decide whether or not to create a revenue campaign, how you run that campaign, and how you use Facebook to your advantage. So how do you set up ads? How do you make sure that the money comes to you directly? How do you make sure that your audience is specific? So for example, if you're in Toronto, making sure that you're catering to a Toronto audience. If you have people overseas, how do we make sure that we connect with them too? We'll teach you a lot of that and be able to help you through that. After that, from there, we'll also break down into 8 specific publishers, and we'll actually work through a lot of this one by one with weekly seminars and being able to teach you how do you do this on your own without needing us. So from there, we'll be able to help you develop digital assets, whether that's copy, whether that's thinking about the best graphics or the best images that would work for your audience, how you execute the best campaign based on what your audience is. And then from there, we'll also move into a webinar afterwards with Facebook to learn about their tools, so that you also learn not only what we can give you, but what Facebook has for you on a regular basis to continue on forward. After that, we'll go into a final seminar, which just allows us to learn everything that we just learned. So be able to share it with other publishers. You guys can share if there's anything in particular that you felt was difficult, or if there was something really interesting that you learned about your audience or about your publication. And then from there, we'll be able to see how much revenue we're able to generate for each of these publications. But yeah, so a lot of it's going to be broken down into seminars. So we're providing a bunch of different seminars. One of them is around audience research. So how do you know who your audience is? What a user survey is, what are jobs to be done, creating kind of that experience for the user from point A to point I. After that, we'll go into audience funnels, which is learning the marketing funnels of top of funnel, middle of funnel, and bottom of funnel. Essentially, how do you get someone from reading your content to paying for that exact same story? And then after that, we'll go into messaging and campaign design. So literally breaking it down to the messaging and the copy and how much we know words are important, especially when it comes to different audiences. And then after that, we go into the deep dives. So looking at actually planning and executing those campaigns for the respective publishers that end up moving into that cohort. Applications are currently open. They've been open for 2 weeks, but they're still open for a little bit longer. We're hoping to select the publications and allow them to know when the seminars are starting by February 22nd, so a little bit later into this week. And then we'll start the deep dives into March, and then in April and May, we'll finish off the campaign strategies. Like I said, we're all very excited to be working with everyone here and really excited to see what we can do, both in making sure that each publication gets the money that they need to keep running and to be sustainable for their communities, but also maybe learning some new technical and innovative ways to move your publication forward as well. So that's the very long gist of everything that we'll be covering. Does anyone have any questions about any part of this?
Okay, thank you so much, Shelby. And anyone has a question, please raise your hand. Okay, Elman, please go ahead.
All right, my question is, with a program like this, you guys are hosting seminars, helping publishers like us essentially get our word out there. How much would these seminars cost, or as a publisher, how much should I expect to pay for the total seminars combined?
That's a great question that I actually don't have the answer to. I will find out exactly what monetary number any of the publications should expect to drop. Facebook is in partnership with us, so a lot of the ad credits are actually covered by Facebook. So in terms of the money that's put behind the ads on Facebook, you don't have to worry about that. But any other payments or anything, I will make sure that I share that with Maria.
Okay, thank you. Another question? Mr. Saras, please go ahead.
Actually, can
sorry, Maria.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Just I want to say that your organization should be in touch with us, either with Maria or myself, and bring what exactly you are planning to do with us. And therefore, from that point, we are going to make sure that we have people that are going to support financially those sessions.
Mr. Saras, if I can just jump in, and Shelby, I can answer this because I was in talks with both Aaron and Mark over at Facebook for a very long time while we were trying to get this all organized. There is no cost to the publisher to join in. So it's being completely covered by Facebook. And so the training sessions are completely covered by Facebook. And for those publishers that get the one-on-one kind of help in all of this, those credits as well are being covered by Facebook, those ad credits. So there's no cost to you at all, okay? Just make sure, guys, Mr. Saras sent you the application. It's in a Google Doc. It's your responsibility to fill it out. It's a simple application form so that we have all the information and that Shelby and her team can make the right decisions on how we go forward, okay?
Okay, thank you so much, Maria. Mr. Morphe, after Mr. Morphe, Arif. Okay, you are mute, Mr. Morphe. You are mute. Please unmute your mic.
Hey, there. I've unmuted myself. Is it okay?
Go ahead.
Okay, great. So let me just play the devil's advocate for a moment here. And I know Maria, she's got great patience with me. I think she sent this application to me and to everybody else, I guess. So Maria, just so that if I understood everything correctly, sometime towards the end of the week, Shelby is going to essentially have a cutoff so that they can begin sometime towards the end of the month. Can we pray you to send those of us who haven't opened that application a second copy?
Absolutely. Mr. Saras, that will be your job tomorrow, okay? I will resend all of the relevant documentation and he will diligently get it out to the group as well.
Okay,
wonderful. The day after tomorrow I will not be in the office. I'm going to Ottawa. Yeah. So the day after tomorrow I'll be in the office.
Okay. Now, if Ottawa is south, Mr. Saras, you can't go there. You know that, eh?
Why?
Because it's south and the government has decreed that nobody can go into the land of sunshine.
Well, it's okay. I will take care.
Arif, it is your turn. Please ask your question. Arif.
Hi, Shelby. Thanks for coming in. So during your conversation, I heard you say you will choose the publication. That means you're not taking everyone. You're going to taking some of the people from there. And how do you choose it?
So from what I know, we are going to allow the general 3 seminars to everyone in the organization. But from there, the reason that we're doing these applications is to see which ones we feel have the best opportunity for growth and to reach those audiences in certain ways. So the application allows us to get to know each organization a little bit better, to see what your goals are and how we align with those goals so that we can help them the best way possible. In terms of the actual application process, we're still working through that because there's going to be a group of us that are going to review all of the applications. But yeah.
And you said application last date is February 22nd.
February 22nd is when we would like to actually start the program. I actually just wrote down how much time do we need to review these applications because I want to give you guys as much time as possible to apply. So I'm going to go back to my team and ask them when exactly that cutoff is for you so that we can get it to you as soon as possible.
Okay,
yeah,
thank you.
That's great. Thank you.
Another question? Okay, no more question.
So I can ask one more question, right?
Okay, go ahead, Arif.
Okay, so I think Maria said she sent application to everyone, right? Okay, that's fine. I'll check it. Thank you, though.
So Arif, it's inside the email that Mr. Sarah sent with the call for this meeting. So if it's on that same email, okay? Just scroll down and you'll find it.
Merci.
Very simple application.
Yeah.
So short and very easy.
Thank you, Mohammed. Thank you, Shelby.
I have a question, Maria.
Yes, go ahead, please.
Is this program just for the National Ethnic Press and Media Council of Canada? And so when that starts on February 22nd, whoever among us who are members of the organization will be the ones that you will, that will be the subjects of this seminar. And there won't be other members like mainstream media or any other organization. Okay. Thank you.
It's just our beautiful little family.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. It is special for us.
Thanks.
Another question. Yes. No more question. Okay. I want to thank you very much, Shelby, for this participating in that meeting and explain for us. And hope everybody participate in the seminars and send you first the application. And after that, we will enjoy your program and your help. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks, Shelby.
Thank you.
Thank
We'll
you,
be in
Shelby.
touch.
Bye.
Okay, friends. Now we are going for the monthly report of Mr. Soros, the president of the National Ethnic Press. Mr. Soros, please.
Well, before starting, I want to welcome Mr. Vassiliadis from the TV of Greece. And he is with us. He is a member of COUS. He used to be in Toronto. He knows the organization. And today he is covering this event on behalf of the Greek media. Evangele, thank you very much for being with us. Well, friends, I have to report that finally the federal government accepted to give us to part of the amounts on the government advertisement to be given to members of the ethnic press. And I know that they are working right now very hard. And some of your organizations, some of your publications already received order. And they are running effective this month. They will run a number of phases. At the same time, the government of Ontario, through Mr. Ford, they put aside about $30 million, and they decided to split that money to the members of the ethnic press through government advertisement, which means for the rest of the year at least, all the campaigns the government of Ontario is going to run is going to reach every member of ours. And I believe from my experience that each one of the members is, by the end of the year, is going to receive at least $24,000 to $26,000 in advertisement from the two governments. I do have, to be honest with you, and I'm planning to go to the rest of the provinces up west till to Vancouver, but due to the fact that I did not receive the anything against the virus, I cannot do that yet. As soon as I'll see how things are going to be, I'll go and I'll see how, I'll try to push the rest of the premiers to do the same thing. And I'm quite sure that Mr. Kenny, who is a good friend of ours, and he knows very well the organization and the members, is going to be happy to accept to be part of this program. But anyhow, we are going to see how things are going to be. As you know, here in Ontario, for those of you who are not from Ontario, today the government decided to put down a plan that is going to bring eventually the province of Ontario to normality. We don't know how long it's going to be, but this is a good news. And it's not only a good news for those in Ontario, but it's going to be a good news for everybody else, because eventually all the provinces decided to work this way. Another thing that I want to tell you is that, as I said the previous meeting, effective January the 1st, we have a number of positions for the local journalism initiative and also the internship program. The local journalism initiative is going to finish for this year the 31st of March. We have about $70,000, which we have to split to give them to you. But you have to apply to be into the program. If you don't apply, you cannot get them. And every penny that is not going to be given to you is going to be returned by the 1st of April back to the government. So at this point, I want to make sure that you understand and you know very well what exactly we say, and please apply, because it's already February and we have only 45 days till to the end of March. That money cannot be moved to the new year. For the new year, we are going to receive new amounts of money. So please apply for both programs. The second program, the internship program, which insists from one student from the School of Journalism, is going to be till to the end of July. We have money and is going to be time for everyone to apply for that program in many months. But again, you have to see the applications and see what exactly you are going to do. Those programs are going to be the local journalism initiative is going to be renewed for another 3 years. I don't know if I will be alive for the end of those 3 years, but most of you are going to be, and therefore the program will continue in normality. The local journalism initiative, for those of you are not familiar, you get this money and you hire a person who is a journalist unemployed. We pay $15 per hour for part-time, and if the person works more than that, I don't believe that anyone needs a full-time person in this job, because most of us are weeklies, bi-weeklies, monthlies, bi-monthlies, or quarterlies. And therefore, I believe it's okay with every penny, every money your publication is going to receive from us. But again, the person not necessarily has to finish a School of Journalism in Canada. If that person writes in your own language and he was a journalist back home, you can hire him and you can use him to work for your organization. And of course, you apply to Maria, and Maria will take care of this and send you the money. The only thing we want from you is to sign the contract that Maria is going to provide you, and you have to submit to Maria the first invoice with the money you paid to this person to the first month. And if it's possible, to have a copy of the first check in the name of the person, just to make sure, not for you, but this is for us, to make sure that the file is okay, and in case when the government auditors will come to see our files, I don't want to be in trouble myself. You don't have to do anything. I'll be the one who has to apologize for whatever mistakes we are made. So for this reason only, make sure that you continue this way. For the other one, the second program, the internship, again, you get one person, but this person should be either attending School of Journalism, and there are many schools of journalism all over Canada, or has finished the School of Journalism the last 2 years. After 2 years, this person can be hired by you with the other program, the Local Journalism Initiative. But for 2 years, at the end of the studies, can be also hired with the internship program. Those are the two programs, and those are whatever we've done until now. I hope everything is going to be fine. I don't think that I have anything else. I'm glad that all of you are participating today with us. And something else, I have a number of applications for IDs. Although I'm working on those IDs, I'm unable to prepare them because not all the services around are full. And until every service is open, we cannot issue an ID and give it out. Probably in 2 weeks' time, we will be able to fix those IDs and do them, and we will either mail it to you, or if you come from here, you are going to receive. If you have fever or cold or any other problem, don't come from here. The City Hall remains closed, but everything is fine. Another thing that I want to say, my thanks to organization from Vancouver. I received today a check as a donation of $500, Ms. Baines of the and I want to thank her for her kindness to support the organization. And at the same time, today I received an application from the Canadian National Exhibition. As you know, we are participants in this event for the last 35 years. And through this exhibition, which stays for about 28 days, everybody knows the organization and everybody knows the work you do and your publications. So they asked me if we are going to attend. And I told them that yes, indeed, if the exhibition is going to be open, to be organized this year, the National Ethnic Press is going to be there. The only thing I asked them to retain exactly the same position, the same area we used to be all those years. And they send me assurances that yes, indeed, they keep this space for us. So tomorrow, if I don't know if anybody of you doesn't want to do that, but if you agree, tomorrow I will submit a check of $3,500 to retain the space. And Dr. Tazolati, this is one of the items that I want you to put on the floor.
Sure.
And if the members, if anyone thinks that no, we cannot give that money, then it's another thing. But it is my humble opinion and my recommendation that we go with this event. We have the money, and I don't think that there is any reason why not. This is the best way to promote the National Ethnic Press and the members of the National Ethnic Press. That's it.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Saras. Before to put for the vote your suggestion, and I want to ask you to clarify the thing you said about the remaining money from the grant for the local initiative journalism for the current program. The application is open for the members. They are not applied before. I am clear. It is correct,
Maria.
That is correct, Dr. Tazolati. So if you are not part of the program,
okay,
you can apply. If you were part of phase 2 of the program, meaning you were funded from September until December, you can send me an email and ask for an extension. So, Senator Giordano, you send me an email and ask for an extension. You're part of that group, and we will be able to, and Mila, I believe you're also part of that group. So if there's anybody in here that only received the funding for phase 2 of the program, an email will suffice, and we can extend your funding.
Okay, thank you so much. And now we have what Mr. Saras said about the participation in the national exhibition for this year. The motion is on the floor. Everyone want to say something about that? Please go ahead now. If not, I want to ask a motion for approval this decision. Okay. Tanasia is okay. They will bring the motion and seconded by. I can't see anyone else. Okay, Zuhair is seconded, and all in favor, please raise your hand. Okay, I think that means the motion is approved by all members present at this meeting, Mr. Saras. Okay,
Thank you.
Please go ahead for that. Thank you so much.
Norman, did you have a question? I saw you put your hand up. I'm not sure if you were.
Okay, I couldn't see because there is 2 pages, for the.
Yes, I know.
I was only asking if they don't have the CNE, if they don't hold it. I mean, are you going to lose the deposit?
No.
No.
In case they don't organize as they done this year, if they do the same thing, the deposit either remains with them for the following year, or it's up to us to ask them to send the money back. This is clear. I made it clear because I had that question myself. So they told me that in case the organization, the exhibition is not going to be open this year, either they can return the money or the money stays there for the following year. And it's okay. I don't think that we have any problem. The exhibition is the city of Toronto. If they take the money, we will grab the mayor of Toronto, and he is going to pay us.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Saras. And I want to ask you, sorry, I forgot that, but I will remember that, to say that. The next question for Mr. Saras? No? Okay, I remember now that, please, all members, we are in the second month of this year, and this is the time for renewal of the membership. Please don't forget, this is not about the corona. You have to send the money, the check, the post is working, and the organization needs the membership of all members. That I want to ask to Mr. Saras to remind the member for the next meeting, we have the election.
I want to ask a question.
Yes.
I'd like to ask one question regarding membership dues and things that we need to pay. Can the Ethnic Press not set up a WeTransfer so we can just transfer the payment to your account?
Sandy, what I'm going to do is I am going to physically go into the office and sit with Mr. Saras and show him how easy it is for him to set up e-transfers.
Yeah.
No.
Just a second.
Maria, please.
What Mr. Saras needs to understand is when we e-transfer, he gets an email saying that, Sandy from Comfest has e-transferred $50. So that's your receipt. It's just like a check.
And you'll get the membership.
Great idea. Good idea, Maria.
Yeah, you'll get the membership a lot faster.
Yeah.
No, Mr. Saras, you have something to say about that.
Don't go so fast. The best way for the integrity of the organization and the integrity of the members is to have the ability to show that every single check we received went to the account of the organization. And that check, every check we receive from the members, we made a copy and we keep in our books that copy to show that the money came and the money went there. Please do not, myself, I believe this is the best way. Now, because one or two persons want to send the money by electronic means or anything else, do not destroy this good thing. We are dealing with the government, we are dealing with government auditors, and I want to make sure that even them to know that we are playing with open cards.
Mr. Saris, just one thing. E-transfer is a check. It is accounted for automatically from one account to the next, and it's shown as a withdrawal or a deposit. It's a check. You just don't need paper.
Don't worry, Sandy. I'm going to give him a lesson. I'm going to show him how it's done in this century.
The little devil.
Okay.
You know what, Maria? Maria, I guess you're going to have to make an appointment to come and see me as well, because I don't know, I talk to Mr. Saris and I hear my own voice. So I'm sorry. You know?
No comment. None whatsoever. I love it.
Well, you know,
don't forget.
Where are you going to go to?
No, don't
help them, Maria. Help them.
Please don't forget, the most important thing is to pay the membership. It is not the each way or another way. Is to pay the membership. That is important.
Great. Something else. Can I bring a motion?
Sure. Go ahead.
Last year, before the coronavirus, a number of members submitted their own checks, but they sent them to Toronto City Hall. And Toronto City Hall was closed. No one was around. So those checks, some of them from Vancouver, some of them from Toronto, among those checks, there were also donations. The total amount, I believe that membership with donations amounts to the $2,000. Now, as we are talking right now for the new fiscal year, I don't think that even if we will go back to these members to return their own check of $500 or $300 or whatever amount it is, they are going to pay us, or we don't know how they have the ability to do that. So I believe that the best thing we have to do is just to tell them all to pay only the membership of last year and this year. And if they want to renew the donations from last year, they can renew it for this year, and we will send back the old checks of the donations that I took them to the bank. I explained to the banker, but unfortunately there are rules. Over 6 months, they don't accept check. So they told me, I'm sorry, we cannot accept them. They are over 6 months and we cannot accept them. So I want to know your opinion, how you feel about that. What do you think I should do?
Okay. Yes, Mr. Warburg.
You know, I think it's a legitimate concern, but I think it's one that everybody has already, committed to resolving. I don't see a problem. I'm not sure I'm in that group, but if maybe this question is best addressed to Maria, just send a brief note to each and every one of us who fits in that category. And, as far as I'm concerned, if I'm on that list, just tell me what it is. I take a look at the end of the month for my bank statements, my monthly statements, but I've got to confess, I haven't looked to see how much that is, because quite frankly, our membership dues aren't that big. And, $50, and I may have missed that $50. And if there was a contribution, it probably wasn't a huge number, given the amount of money that's been transferred through the association, through some of the other programs that we've benefited from. And we all agreed at the end of the previous year that what we were going to do is try to make a contribution commensurate with a minimum of 1% of whatever it was that we got. So I don't see a problem. And if you need a motion to provide people with assurance, I think that that's not only reasonable, but it's easy. And if Maria, just a quick note, Yeah, and I'll speak only for myself, but I recommend it for everybody else. Just send each of those who fit into the category described by Mr. Saras, and just say, listen, the membership seemed to be in agreement. You don't have to take a vote for it. I think everybody agrees. It's a consensus. You put the money aside. If you want to reissue the check, and we'll send you back the original. That's all.
Yeah.
Fair enough. And I think Anfisa, when Anfisa's in the office this week, we'll be able to, Anfisa and I can work on that together. That's a good plan.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Another question or comment?
Dr. Taj-Lateef, if I
Yes.
can just quickly discuss a couple things with the members.
Sure.
Just to let everybody know, for those of you in Ontario, we had the opportunity to meet with Premier Ford, not this past Friday, the Friday before. And as Mr. Saras had noted, Premier Ford is dedicating $10 million in 30 languages in advertising. If you do not have a media ad buying rep, please send me a message and I will send you the information of who you need to reach out to get onto those ad buys. And furthermore, Premier Ford has invited members of the ethnic press to call into his press briefings. So you know how he goes, it used to be daily, but now it's every other day. He has provided us the phone number where you can call in and just like the mainstream media, ask a question. So again, I will get that phone number out through Mr. Saras and he can send it to everybody. And finally, just so that everybody knows, both David and myself have been on calls day in and day out where we are lobbying both the federal and provincial government. We have put in budget requests to save our industry, one-time funding that would benefit all of us. And things are looking good. We're on calls daily. And I'm hoping by next month, we'll be able to have a positive message that we can relay to everybody.
That's great. Thank you.
Those of you who did not receive any complaint from Ottawa about your application, those applications have been proceed. And as Maria said, next month you're going to have the letter from the minister stating how much money. And by the middle of June, May and the end of May, middle of June, you are going to receive the money and make sure that you make reservation to Bahamas to go and work there for the summer.
Only if you join us.
And something, I
Exactly,
believe
Joe, I'm with you.
next meeting, we are going to have the Premier of Ontario speaking to the members for the March meeting, but it's still early. I don't know yet. But I believe that is going to be with us for the March.
Okay, great. Great news. And another comment, question? No. Okay. Yes.
I think Mila,
Guzmas.
you have to unmute yourself.
Yes, Guzmas after Mila. Yes.
Oh.
Okay, Guzmas.
Yes, hi.
Go ahead, please.
Sorry I was late, but I had a newspaper to send to the printers. I just want to inform the members that here in Quebec, we're starting a strategy against, sorry about to say that, about the federal government, because based on $60 million of media buy, they bought across Canada only $900,000 of newspaper, and mostly they're giving it to Facebook and Google. They are promised 3 years in a row now that they will be taxing Google and Facebook and allocating part of those taxes or funds to the publishers across Canada. Because right now, I don't know if you know, Google and Facebook, the content, we are the people providing the content, all of you. They just take it and they put it and they're using our content for free. So I don't know if you've seen, I'm sure you saw it. Toronto Star had a full page, blank page with some comments. And we're going to be also doing here in Quebec the same thing starting in 2 weeks. We want to push the federal government because they promised, they did not deliver. And if they have done that, then they didn't need any special funding even in the COVID era, because they would have a lot of money in order to help our industry. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kubas.
George, keeping your mind, of course, I'm not going to defend the federal government. I spoke with the
Guilbeault's office.
Yeah, and what they said is that this month they will start a campaign with many members. They are going to give to many members, and I believe that already they started working on this campaign. At the same time, keeping your mind that we are asking for, we ask them for an amount of $10 million for this year for the members. I'm waiting for the budget to see if they accept it, because we submitted the request, we submitted everything to them, and we made it clear that we want $10 million at least for 3 years, but we are talking right now for the first year, for this year, $10 million for the members. So it is my humble opinion to stay until the budget and see. There is some information that we are going to have some surprise announcements with the budget. I don't know how much, but this is my information. So let's wait until the presentation of the budget, and if there is nothing there, then we will go ahead. We are doing a very well organized lobbying company, and they are working. Maria with them is working day and night. We follow everything. Believe me, we are not going to lose. But for that time, I don't think that we have, keeping your mind that we had the special committee last year. We were participants, we pushed it, we asked them that we need the money for the ethnic press. They gave us the $50 million for 5 years, the $10 million per year. Of course, we received only $1 million out of those $10 million. But at the same time, now they are working. I mean, we told them that no, $10 million we need at least for 3 years, each year $10 million for the members of the ethnic press. It is some information that came to me. There is a possibility that we will receive that money. Let's wait for 1 more month until the presentation of the budget, and if not, then we will go all together back to the government and ask them whatever we are going, or what we have to do.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Salas, for your suggestion. Mila, you are mute, Mila. We can't hear you.
Mila, you're muted. Hang on a second, Mila.
There
you go.
Okay,
Yeah.
go on.
Thank you. I just wanted to take note of Maria's column, or what she had written for a mainstream publication regarding the vaccine hesitancy issue. If it were an issue, it is best for government to realize that the National Ethnic Press and Media Council, or the ethnic press, would be able to best deliver the message of telling them everything about vaccines to counter the hesitancy or whatever information, precisely because it is us who have to reach the immigrant communities. It's our papers that have that. And I thank you, Maria, personally for that. Now, thank you very much. It was also very well written. And the substance of it, though, is very relevant because right now, for instance, a few days ago, it was the subject of, it was the topic of most TV shows, even the newspapers, on vaccine hesitancy. And apparently, it is an issue that they want to counter or address, right? I was wondering if you have further information about that happening in your respective communities, because we are writing an article, or not just an article, or a report on that, and we would appreciate reaching out to us on whatever information you have on the ground level, right? What do you observe? The Philippine Reporter will gladly share whatever comes out of the information on vaccine hesitancy in the immigrant community. We'll gladly share it to everyone and the ethnic press, whatever it is that we have. Anyway, that is a comment, and that is for your information. And my question is, do you encounter any ground truth information of its existence in your community? And please, we would appreciate your help in letting us know, and in writing the article, we will share that with you.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much, Mila. Thank you. First, thank you so much for reminding the best article Maria wrote it, and we transferred, translated, in Persian in our community. That was great. The content, it was great, and we need more and more, the same article about other subjects, to present ourselves in the mainstream media. We are here, we are existing here, and we have our voice. Thank you, Maria.
Oh, you got it. And for those of you that, like Dr. Tajla T did, the Persian Mirror, and quite a few of you have also did the translation and shared it in your own languages, please feel free to do so. I can send you the article. And just to let you know, we have many more articles to come. Our partners in the mainstream media have been very open to helping us. And as George Guzmaz was talking about, we've been working with the mainstream media as well on giving government a little bit of a push to, make Facebook and Google pay their fair share. And so they're helping us as well to lift up ethnic media and say they're just as important as the mainstream. So we'll get more of those articles out and printed. And I would love it if you guys all shared them in your outlets as well.
Great. Thank you so much. Okay. Yes, Mr. Volpe. Yes, we'll have something to say. Yeah.
Okay, my favorite person on this thing is Maria. No offense, Thomas, but I'm really upset with Maria for not sharing that with us, because we don't like to read the so-called mainstream media. We are the mainstream media. So if Maria had shared that with me, I would have translated it into Italian in a jiffy. And because we've been doing this on a daily basis for everybody. And so Maria, consider me offended. Okay, so send me that copy, and we'll publish it the very next day.
You're the best, Joe. And once again, that's a job for you, Thomas. Tomorrow, not tomorrow, but the next day. You've got a lot of things to send out to the family.
I will do that. The only problem is that, as you know, Toronto Star has copyright, and before even in translation, if we are going to print this article, we do have to ask permission by them.
I wrote another article. I have another article that everyone can use.
By the moment Maria, an article is printed to Toronto Star, it's their own
I
property.
know. What I'm saying is I have another article that is similar that everybody can use.
I'm going to kill you,
there's a-
Dr. Tazdolati.
No,
Comment, please.
Toronto Star didn't see it, the Persian mirror site,
She's worse than your mother.
We are lucky for that. Okay.
So if I could finish, if you don't mind, before you turn the mic over to somebody else, I was only half kidding in that, because as Maria knows, that what we do with our local journalism initiative student, who writes on some of this material, she does wonderful work. We make it available to everybody.
Yes.
And I was only half kidding when I say we're the mainstream media, because 3 of her pieces in the last 2 weeks have been followed up by none other than the New York Times, the National Post, and even the Toronto Star. That's just in the last 2 weeks. Just to give you an indication of the fact that we've got a lot of talent like Maria around for everybody to use. And we're happy about it. Now, I know you have me on the agenda for something else later, Maria, but I wanted to comment on the observation about actions for or against the federal government. I think as reporters, we don't have any affiliation, any partisan affiliation, and we want everybody to understand what Thomas and others have been working for years. My reluctance with the initiative that was raised about that gimmick used by the Toronto Star and others is that that's their initiative, and as supportive as they might be about the ethnic press and media, it's their initiative. It isn't ours, and I'm not aware that they asked anybody if they wanted to participate in it. I think we've got great opportunities to be of great impact in this discussion. So I'm happy that we kind of stepped back a little bit. I don't step back on being aggressive at all, but this is one of those cases where a little bit of diplomacy might be just the right dosage, at least until the end of the month.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Walker. And
Dr. Tazdolati,
yes.
Allow me to welcome Rubens from Vancouver. She's with us. Welcome, and thank you very much for your donation, Ru.
Okay,
we much appreciated.
Thank you so much. Okay, yes.
Thomas.
Thank you, Ru. Roberto?
Can you hear me?
Yes, of course. Go ahead.
I just wanted to make a quick comment. I heard when we started the meeting, Mr. Saras saying, let's see if in 3 years from now I'll be alive, blah, 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 blah. I have been hearing that for 15 years. So just to let you know, Mr. Saras, it is official that you will be around another 20 years officially. So stop saying that, because I read this news in the ethnic media. So you can count on that. You'll be around 20 more years. Lots of people in Canada are 100, 105, okay? It's in the news all the time.
Oh, okay.
So make sure you remember. And second comment is for Maria. Maria, if you're going to teach Mr. Saras and then Mr. Volpe, I'm third in the line, okay? Because the 3 of us are in a category called dinosaurs. Yes. So you can line us up if you like and teach us one at a time.
No comment.
Okay, this is good.
Also,
you're a good politician.
Dr. Tazdolati, yes. Also allow me to welcome the Senator Basilio Giordano from Montreal. He is with us. Thank you, Basilio.
Thank you so much.
We want to hear also your voice.
Yes.
Yes, go ahead, please.
Do you hear me?
Yes, of course. Go ahead.
Yes.
Mr. Saras, our president, thank you for inviting me. This is my first time, and I appreciate your invitation. I thank you, and I thank Maria, who is so patient with me. I called many times to disturb her, and she gave me all the information that I needed for. So Thank you again. Hello, everybody. This is my first time, so I don't know you. You don't know me, but I mean, I was part of this organization in the past years. I am in this business since 1986. We speak once in a while with the great president, my good friend, Thomas. But now I promise myself to be more present and available to do my part too. Thank you, Thomas.
Thank you.
Welcome. Welcome, Basilia.
Welcome, Basilia.
Thank you.
Okay. Another comment, question?
No, ciao, Basilio. You have at least one person who knows you fairly well here.
Ciao, Joe.
Love it.
Okay. If there is no more question or comments, let us finish our February meeting now. Can I have a motion for adjournment, please?
Actually, I think Joe has one quick thing.
Joe has
that he
one
wanted
thing.
to-
Yes, go ahead, please.
So I actually have two things, if you don't mind, Maria. The first one is I just wanted to share some good news, and at least for us, and encouraging news for everybody else. And I want to piggyback on what Thomas was saying earlier on about the fact that you get audited for everything. So we put in an application a year ago, subsequent to the last budget in 19, where they made a provision for journalism organizations to receive a qualified journalism organization from Revenue Canada. Now, that's because we're a daily and we don't qualify under the existing rules under Heritage Canada for any subsidies. And I think in large measure because of Thomas's lobbying, they introduced a particular measure in the budget that would allow us to apply for that designation. So we applied, as I think, Maria, you indicated to me, several others did as well. A year ago, they started doing the verifications, the financial verifications, to make sure you're a bona fide commercial enterprise. And so when Mr. Saras talks about subjecting yourselves and everybody else to an audit, it happens. Believe me, it happens. So they audited us for an entire year. I gave them complete access to every single edition that we produced. I just understand that. And as well, all of the audited statements that we have to present for other organizations. They went through the thing with a fine-tooth comb. And then what they did is they went through every edition that we had, translated as much as they could, even though that we have some in English, and they critiqued at least a dozen of random selections to see that we followed good journalistic principles. All of this to say that last week we received the designation as a qualified journalist organization.
Bravo, Joe. Bravo. We are proud.
Well, you know, it's a credit to you, and I hope it's a credit to everybody else in our organization, because we're mainstream. Now, what that'll do for me, for my organization, is that we will have an opportunity to ask for a rebate of some of the taxes we pay on salary, but nothing else. So I wanted to share that with you because it means that the next part that I'm going to tell you is that we also received an indication of proof of concept funding under the collective initiatives. And I shared that with Maria, with Thomas. And I want to put that out to everybody. I've been speaking with several of the members in our organization. It's been a difficult couple of months for me, in part because I had a health issue, so I wasn't able to follow up on some things, but we've made some adjustments. And what I'm going to invite everybody on this to do, in addition to everything that Thomas and Maria have offered as part of the membership of our organization, we would like to be able to print your articles. You can write them in your language, but what I'd like you to do is to translate it in English for our general usage, and so that we can confirm that everything that you've done, it fits a particular set of criteria. And those criteria I sent to Maria for verification. And as Maria has responded very recently as that she's fine with it, what I will do to everybody who wants to write for that organization, not for the Corriere Canadese, although the Corriere Canadese, like the rest of you, may draw articles from that organization for free, just for acknowledgement only. But that organization will, as Thomas pointed out, like the Star, will own the copyright. Okay, so, but we want to make sure that everything that goes on there is original. And so that organization for a limited period of time will be able to be an adjunct to our organization, so that you can say, well, we also have our own resources, but you've got to provide them and we'll pay for it. Okay?
And that's the important part, Joe, is that this is a paid opportunity as well.
That's right. And there aren't the constraints of you being an intern, a member of the local journalism initiative. It could be any one of you, any one of your organizations. You submit it to us, we post it. We'll be able to go live on our portal, I think tomorrow or the day after. And after that, you can draw it directly from there. And we hope it'll be a great exercise.
That's great.
Dr. Tazolati, if you allow me, just I want to make sure that every member attending understands what Joe said. If you write an article which is not going to be a copy of another article of another newspaper, Toronto Star, Globe and Mail, and so on, but original article, and submit to Joe, and either in your own language or with translation in English, Joe's organization will pay you for this article. This is for the writers, and they should understand that. And if they need more information, they can call Joe Volpe and ask them, and he's going to give them the information they wanted. But for those of you who try to write articles, original articles, is a very good opportunity to write the article, submit the article, and get paid for that. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you so much. Another comment, question?
I just want a quick shout out to my friends at Ming Pao. Again, thank you very much for reprinting the article. We appreciate it. And that's it. That's my final love-in. I think we're good to end this meeting so everyone can go have dinner.
Okay, thank you so much.
I want to thank Ming Pao for the generous donation they made to this organization. Thanks to them, we will be able to continue the work we do. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much. Okay, now I think is the time to ask a motion for adjournment. Yes, Roberto is seconded by. Okay, Thanasius. Okay. Everyone in favor, please raise your hand. Okay, Maria is two hands. You okay? Okay, okay, thank you so much, everyone. The meeting is adjourned. I think we will see you, and I hope we will see you all in very good condition, health, and everything well and good in the next meeting on March.
Yes, Monday the 8th, March the 8th.
March the 8th, and we will see you all. Thank you so much, and have a great time. until the next week.
Thank you, everyone. Be safe.
Bye, guys.
John, thank you for coming.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
And Basilio, thank you.
Bye, Mr. Sara.
Panasi, and
Thank you.
listen, all of you friends. Yuri, thank you. And Mila was around. I missed her. I
She's
don't
still
know
here.
where.
Thank you, Mr. Sara.
Yeah.
And Evangeli,
Good evening.
Evangeli from Greece. Thank you very much for
Hello.
covering everything. Say hello to Greeks from the
Hello, our
National
fellow-
Electric Press.
We transmit in the Greek and Canadian television in the live connection.
Oh, very great.
Best. The best.
And in few hours, we have the videotape in the Canadian, Akritas Canadian in YouTube.
Okay,
If you
great.
watch again, for visit to my account.
Okay, sir.
Sure. After Corona, we will visit your country, in Greece.
Yeah, that's right. I love it.
Can you send us an invitation, please?
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Okay. Thank you so much,
Thank you,
everybody.
Evangeli.
Okay, bye, guys.
Good night, guys.
Good night. All the best.
Have a nice
Bye.
evening. Have a nice evening, all of them.
You
Thank
got
you.
it.
You too.
Bye-bye.